Starting stream. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Dread DDM's Realm, and I am back for kind of part two here, the live stream of today's new mod, the Tome of Annihilation. We spent our first stream kind of going through the quests on how to get here, how to get access to it, what's the story all about. I thought I'd go through this second stream here with going through the quests around this place so you can kind of get set up and ready to do your daily stuff so you can crank through the campaign. Couple things I did breeze by here in this city that I wanted to go over. Let me show you those real quick. If you haven't already, throw me a subscribe. I really appreciate it. Become a patron. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I really appreciate any and all support you guys can give. All right, so last time I talked about the new recipes you can get here from the Recipe Keeper. They are new high level or high item level things that you can craft if you have a crafter of 25. Down below it, there's actually a salvage trader, so you can go ahead and salvage in here. It's a little bit more self-sustaining area. You can go ahead and rest and invoke over here. If you move into here, you can actually buy the relic items from the Sea of Moving Ice campaign, which is pretty cool. So you see here, I've got all the rusted Oathkeepers things, since I'm playing an Oathbound Paladin. You can just come on in here and buy them now, which is pretty cool. You still have to upgrade them. You have to have all the components to upgrade them, but you don't have to actually grind out the other quests to get this gear. So that's going to probably make it so that it's not run as much. But like FBIs might be a good thing because there's a lot of people that have struggled and spent their afternoons trying to make it through an FBI. All right, so there's a guild bank here. There is a crafting vendor as well. So here's a guild bank you can see over here on the side. There's a crafting vendor. There's regular vendors. There's new food. If you're not part of a guild and have trouble getting some of the food that helps buff you up, you can talk to this vendor to get some food. If you come over here, I'm going to pick up a couple other quests here. You can talk to the fishmonger. There is fishing in the Jungles of Cholt, just like in the Sea of Moving Ice. It's not as involved, but it's the same kind of fishing. You use the same boat, use the same rod. It's different bait, so that's one thing that you're going to have to keep in mind, is you have to purchase a little bit different bait here. But you'll see that there's a couple different kinds, and really, for now, definitely buy with your Astral Diamonds if you can. You'll get these actually from treasure maps as well. And flowers out in the jungle. So try to grab those flowers. Try not to spend your loot or your money on these things, because what you're going to do is basically get additional, what are these things? Cholton riches by fishing in the river to catch fish. Then you'll sell the fish back to this fishmonger to build up your riches, so you can get some of the other stuff like the new recipes and whatnot. There is, what else is there in here? Am I missing? I go through everything. There's consumables over here. There's all the new loot, or the new items and equipment that you can buy here. You'll want to, once you get the initial quest done, make sure you can talk to this person. They'll give you a quick little food quest. Pretty much just fills up your inventory if you already have food. You can talk to Volo again, and he will tell you to participate in a hunt and to bring him stories back, whatever. So I'm going to pick this up as well in case we run into some of the rare mobs in the jungle, which are the hunt mobs that we're going to be looking for. Alrighty. So once we have all that together, I think we will go ahead and head back out here. If you're watching that previous stream, I appreciate the audience. And you might have noticed that we had some troubles with our quests syncing up. So we kind of stopped to take a break, get our quests synced back up, because this place is pretty dang tough. So it's a good idea to bring a group unless you're very self-sufficient and can handle fighting large groups of mobs. If you don't or can't, then take friends, because it will be a frustrating time here because you're just going to die. And I'm not a great multitasker, so if I miss a tell or if I miss some chat over on the thing, I'm really sorry. I'll get to those questions as soon as I notice them. Because I tend to get focused and I forget about these other things that I'm doing. All right, so we're back out of here in the jungle. And as always, make sure you're buffed up. Here, especially, because this place is nasty. I always use my invocation blessings, have a potion running, as well as some food going. Now, let's see if we're all synced up here. Alright, so get my group members to hit this torch. Looks like it's burning for me already, so I've hit this torch. And so as we run around, we're going to try to keep an eye out for blue sparkly flowers. They can pop up all over the place. As well as rare mobs. Alright, let's move on to the next torch. There should be like 3 down here. Alright, there we go. Gotta figure out a different way to go between the screens so you guys can see and hear me. A little herd of compies here. These things will chase you and knock you down, so if you're not in a hurry, it's might as well just wreck shop through the jungle. Otherwise the trains will just get bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, here's our next torch. So keep an eye out. There's mobs on the right and the left. Some of these things aggro from a long ways. Some of these things do not. Like these guys, velociraptors, they'll see you across the entire jungle and come charging. Plus, these dinos knock you off your mounts, so be aware that even if you have a legendary mount, a single hit from these guys will stop you. You're not knocked off your mount. Once you're unstunned, you can try to go again, but it's a pretty good chance when a dozen of these things attack that you're going to get hit 5 or 6 times and have to fight them anyway. So as you can see here, we've got a big old fat train that a couple different dinos aggroed, as well as some spiders decided to join the party. And if you're not too confident or too high level with a high level or high item level, you'll straight up just get in here. So again, bring friends, bring guildies. If you see, there is some, I thought I saw spider silk in here. So keep an eye out as these things drop, because you will be able to get your ingredients that you'll end up using to make that higher end gear, which is pretty cool. Alright, we'll continue down our trail here. We'll hit this torch. I think this is the last one. There's only 3 of the torches for us. Make sure everybody gets our torch. It's weird, some of these quests are a bit of a problem because they're not built to be group-based very much, but then they throw them in a zone like this that's quite tough, and most people are going to want a group. Then they don't work quite right. And honestly, when you're in here, especially to start with, help out anybody that you can. It's frustrating to get almost to where you wanted to go and then have some dinos kill you and knock you out. So really, lend a hand, help people out. It'll make this area much more enjoyable for all. So I think this is one of the ones that kind of is weird. It's like a solo quest. I think it would probably be showing us our trail better or right if we weren't grouped, but since we're grouped, it's all confused. But they did upgrade the quest listing in here, which is pretty cool. You can actually sort all this stuff now by the zones, which makes it really nice to figure out which quests are where, especially if you're like me that collects every quest that is possibly available. It gets a little bit scrambled. Oh, it looks like somebody might have got knocked off back here. See, Train City. So this is at least two separate groups. But we need to get our Dino Slayer titles anyway, right? Exploring the dangerous jungles of Troll. This actually wears thin after a while. If you weren't around for my first video, actually, I've played a bunch of this already on the preview server, so I could get the treasure map videos all set up and ready for you guys. So as soon as you get those treasure maps, you can hunt that treasure down. So by doing so, kind of gave me quite a bit of preview, and I'm already a little tired of the dinosaurs charging all the way across the jungle to eat me. Especially when they come running past, like the spiders, the crabs, or something like that, that don't seem to mind cruising down the trail. So I'll try not to get ahead. I think got too far ahead before. Keep our group together. So here's some crabs. These guys are the normal ones. All spawns you want to keep an eye out for. You'll quickly learn which ones are actually the hunt mobs, because they can spawn anywhere. So they're like rare named hunt mobs. They are worth more for your daily quests, as well as they can drop trophies. So if you see those anywhere and you have the ability to take them out, do so. But these river shells, those are all just the normal stuff. River snappers, these are normal as well. I think they're... oh, I forgot the name of them. Just lost it, of course, since I'm talking to you on here. So we'll zip by all those, and we're going to go to the camp out here. Camp Vengeance. This is where we are going to do our daily quests for the jungle. Actually, you get out here, and you can actually cycle through them quite quickly.
The order of the gauntlet.
So I think my quest told me to come out here, but now... oh, we missed a torch. Shoot. Alright, we got to go back. See, I wish these group-based stuff worked a little bit better so we could see actually what we're getting and what we're missing. Sometimes the quests in a group work great. Other times, they just do not point to the right ones. Because the one that was showing me is a torch I've already lit from my character. So let's go back through these. Thank you guys for your patience as we go through this new mod. It's got to be right here along this path. Oh, here's one of those blue flowers right here. This is what I'm talking about. So keep an eye out for these blue flowers, because these are the ones that are going to give you your crafting materials. You'll need a bunch of them, so gather, gather, gather. And especially at the beginning here, this stuff will probably sell pretty well if it's not part of your own crafting setup. Oh man, there's some more dinos there, and they aggroed. Alright, so see how these guys have little head spikes on here? What are they? I can't even pronounce that. Anyway, these are actually rare mobs, and these are going to count as a hunt and could drop trophies for us. So even though they aggro, that's probably a good thing, because being early in here, we're going to want as many trophies as we can possibly get. Doesn't look like they dropped any this time. Alright, so I'm going to ask my group mates to make sure they keep an eye out for torches to see which one we missed. See, Shadow says she thinks she saw the one we missed. Really did a great job with the jungle, but it made it very difficult to actually see what's what or find things in here. Ah, there we go. I actually noticed my rocket sled here. Its smoke makes it very difficult to find things sometimes. Alright, yeah, I think this is the one we missed all of them. Good job, Shadow. I got a dino hide there. Nice. Alright, did everybody get the torch? Man, this very initial quest bugged. Man, that is gonna make me mad. I have got another light torch listed now. Let's keep an eye out for another torch along the way. See, I'm not seeing these at all. Thanks for your patience on this. See, this is the downfalls of live streaming. Get turned around. I got to multitask, which is definitely difficult for me. And then day one mod, dealing with bugs and issues. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, let's see if we can all hit this torch here. Hey, I think I actually got it. Camp Vengeance HE pops up. So here's one of the HEs over here by Camp Vengeance, and the what is it? The King of Spines spawns right over here in this area here. What? Oh, sorry. Oh, alright. So here's T-Rex, another one of the rare mobs. Quite mean. Now you'll notice that really do any damage to this guy. So as you fight him, you kind of want to spread out, keep on fighting. It goes down super duper slow. But while you're fighting, there'll be a time that he actually falls down and will be able to take a lot more damage when he falls. So, I don't know, do roughly half damage while he is standing. You'll see he'll fall down and you'll be able to do a lot more damage to him. I was messing around on the test server to see if there's a way to make him fall, but I think it might just be part of his kind of his attack progression. Uh-oh. Looks like, oh, right there, he fell down. So now you unload. So save your big things until he falls over, and then you can go ahead and kill him. Or try to kill him. Something you will notice as you're going through this stuff is that the T-Rex here will fight a bunch of the other animals and creatures in the area. So you can actually get some help from them if you can get those guys to help fight as well. man. I was coming this way. It's really best to try to keep them in a spot that you can kind of keep them wrangled and keep your buffs going. Because these guys move around so much. There he goes. As soon as he falls, unload again. Do a lot more damage. See, I'm doing double damage when he's on the ground, which is closer to normal damage, I guess. There he goes. So once he drops, make sure you really look around the area and see if he dropped a fang. And that will be one of the highly sought after treasure or trophy pieces that you're going to want to use. Or get, so you can use it. Alright, so I think we've got our torches finally. Now we can head back and go to... we go through here? Where's the map? Nope, gotta go around. Go back to Camp Vengeance and talk to them once we have these torches taken care of. Alright. Make sure we got the whole group with us. It's easy to get separated and dead in here. Alright, so Camp Vengeance is going up right now, which is not too bad to get by. We only have 4 minutes. It doesn't look like anybody's tried to do much of this, so we won't continue. But since everybody's in here nice and early, you really can start working on this stuff and try to get these HEs done pretty quickly. But there's 3.5 minutes left. Not even close. There's like 3 waves to this thing, so you really should attack this Camp Vengeance HE as soon as it starts. Otherwise, you're going to be out of luck. Alright, let's talk to Niall here. We finally made it through the jungle like we were supposed to.
Niles Drakebone, at your service. I'm the commander of the Order of the Gauntlet Templars, stationed here at Camp Vengeance, such as it is. Merchant Prince Wakanga Otamu sent you here about the death curse? Perhaps I could help you, but I'm going to need your help first. We've lost so much to these blasted undead, but by Tyr, we're going to get it back. What else can I do for you? The undead are everywhere in this blasted jungle. That's why the Order of the Gauntlet came here.
Alright, so this is going to be the first of our repeatables that you'll see here. And you'll get really used to doing these quests. I'll do them over and over, I'm sure.
Even now, the undead gather around the edges of Camp Vengeance to finish their foul work. Hernus Alhana has found locations of desecrated remains around the jungle and has a plan to destroy them. Talk to her about the details.
Alright, so we'll accept this one, and you'll see you'll just start cycling around the camp here to grab these quests.
What is it now? Breakbone's delegating his responsibilities again, eh? At least he has enough sense to know when to turn to a veteran regarding military matters. Our scouts, Rygor and Bill Wattle, have found a number of places where the undead congregate around desecrated remains. Take this holy water and consecrate those areas. Oh, and destroy some undead around the camp while you're out there.
Alrighty, so we should have got the Dead Reckoning quest. Alright, well, let's go do that here. We have the HE actually going up right now, so if you can see there's a consecration right behind the Camp Vengeance. We're not going to do that right now because the
There are too many. We must close the gate.
Oh, the time moved up. Usually it doesn't do that. Alright, so they close the gate. They are going to try to defend the walls here we're going to skip over this. We'll deal with the HEs later. So just click on the ladders, and that'll get you out. Got everybody fighting the HE here. But we are going to go... Yeah, we're going to go down and go work on the other one so we can get to the repeatable stuff. Alrighty. Maybe this one will pop up again and we can do it and you can see it from the beginning. Alright, so this one you're just basically going to sweep to the south here. There's one circle here for killing undead stuff. But you can, each of these areas will have the undead in it. See, here's another one of those flowers. Make sure you keep an eye out for those and loot these whenever possible. Did you see those dinos, how far they aggroed and started running over this way? Man. I really wish they would shorten their aggro range. I don't know, I guess they probably want it to be real mean in here. Alright, so we'll make sure we have our group together, because we're going to go through a pretty dangerous area here. There's mobs on all sides. These are undead mobs, so you can kind of sneak around them sometimes. But I'm going to train these guys through the right side so I can get to this area. Now you see that there's this purple spot. This is where you're going to consecrate the land. And that gives me a little of a head start so I can get aggro for my group. And hopefully not get too many enemies. It looks like we got another camp, though. As you see, there are a lot of enemies that can quickly spawn. This gets out of, or quickly train and get out of hand way too fast. Man, how many things are going to drain our action points? Is everything on me? Nope. Yeah, squishy friends can die pretty quickly if you're tanking these things and don't have a good hold on it of it. Alright, so here's our consecrated remains area, and we'll click on this. If you make it through, you've consecrated, the little thing goes away, but sometimes there's actually a demi-lich that appears and attacks, so then you have to fight that too. So be ready for that, and after you fight it, remember to go and consecrate that ground again. Don't just fly off thinking that you're done, because you're not. Because it actually will interrupt you. Oh, I guess it did spawn. Why didn't I even see that? Oh, it spawned for that guy, not for us. Gotcha. Oh, they might actually finish that HE. That's pretty cool. Alright. Let's move on to the next one. So I try to split the difference, but just keep an eye out because things are going to aggro. Oh, another T-Rex. Rotting Ogre, that's another hunt mob right there. So if we're looking for hunting, we can do those. Oh, we got way too much. Alright, time to party. Oh, we actually got rewards for the heroic encounter. I didn't think we would, because I didn't do anything to participate. Oh well. Always nice. What do we have here? Salt Riches, some Grave Ash, Seals of the Protector. Grave Ash comes from any of this undead stuff. Jeez. Knocked me halfway across the zone. Another T-Rex. Unload, unload, unload. You know, I think they buffed them up a little bit since the preview server. Ooh, fell down again. Nice. Come on, Big Bunny. See, he's falling quite a bit. I wonder if somebody is. Anybody knows how to actually knock those T-Rexes over? If there's actually a trick to it, or if it's just a matter of luck and it's cycle? Please let me know. I'd love to figure that little trick out. All right, make sure we got everybody together and they're patched up their holes, and we'll keep on trucking. So here's our next place we're going to concentrate. Yeah, you don't really have to worry about hanging out in that area and getting your undead count. You'll definitely get that undead count for this quest, going around to each of the little spots. Unless you're in a busy zone and somebody's doing it right before you, but there's lots of mobs and they respawn fast, so it should not be difficult for you to get that count. All right, we'll do this one again. Oh, I spawned a demi-lich. I don't know if we got that or not. Nope. Just gotta keep clicking, I guess. We only have one. There it is. There we go. I got counted for it that time. All right, let's move on to the next one. Sorry, I'm tabbing out and stuff here trying to talk to people. Again, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please throw me a sub. I really appreciate all the support I can get for doing this for you guys. Get it out there, and hopefully you'll find it helpful, or at least a distraction at work. You want to do your job when a new mob comes out, that's for sure. So you can see a whole pile of people are coming this way. So in this particular case, we'll be able to clear this stuff out pretty quick and easy, I'm thinking. And if you're having trouble, if this place is tough on you, by all means, try to follow another group doing stuff, or even team up with them if you've got room. Because it can be really slow soloing in here. Excuse me, sorry about that. Alright, does everybody have this one? Wait for my group, so that way I know they've got it. And we'll go to the next one. Off the cliff we go. Where are we going? Oops, missed it. We're going down here. This is usually full of a bunch of nasty mobs, but I'm thinking that the corrupted group came through here and is fighting it. Yep. Nice. Alright, same drill. Make sure everybody has it. Looks like we've completed that one, so we just need to go back to Camp Vengeance to finish. And let me show you a little trick on how to do that without having to fight everything and their mothers and the eggs they laid. Alright, let's make sure we got everybody first. Alright, so come back out to this main drag, and one of the tricks that everybody should learn to use while in here, especially if you just don't destroy the stuff yourself in here, is to actually use the river. You can use the river to go up and down through this zone, and it can really help speed things along, especially when you're questing and trying to get your daily stuff done and don't want to spend all day long fighting these dinos that aggro on you left and right. So I don't know if they did it intentionally or not, but the cutscenes getting here, some of your adventures of getting here, kind of allude at the ease of using bridges to shake off aggro. So if you have a train, you can run across the bridge. It'll oftentimes stop them, which is nice. And then if you want to travel through the jungle without fighting things, sneak out into the river here. I'll pop in your boat, and then you don't have to fight all this stuff. Uh-oh, looks like we got somebody stuck. Oh man, crashed, I think. Probably should go back over there in case they come back in. There's mobs. Here's big claws. Those are also rares. Let's skip by those until this friend here logs back in. Yeah, we're having some difficulties with crashing of Neverwinter on some of these computers, and not sure why. Alrighty. Go ahead and we'll take a really quick break here and get back to it. Alrighty, I'm back. Sorry about that. Still waiting on our crash, but they should be back in soon. Usually are. One thing I did want to mention that using the rivers is a good way to travel up and down the jungle without having to fight stuff. But make sure you don't jump in there with aggro, because you will agitate the piranhas in the water and they'll attack you very much like the frostbite or whatever, get you in the sea of moving ice. If you haven't already, throw me a subscription. I really appreciate it. Become a patron. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Any and all support I can get, I really do appreciate, and helps make this stuff possible so we can get these guys together for you guys. Alright, hopefully she'll be in here real soon. I think this is where she popped out. Trying to see, I haven't got anything too interesting yet. Doing the hunts, you can get blue rings. Some pretty cool rings for those. Guess while I can talk about the campaign here. If you open up your campaign, you look at the jungles here, and there is a weekly haul value that you have. This is going to be your primary floodgate, basically, is make sure you don't just grind through all this stuff really quick. You can use this to... this is as much as you can get, and it's reset every Sunday. There is a thing down here. Which one of these? One of these helps you increase the value. Is it the center one? I thought it was center. Yeah, so this center tree actually helps you increase your haul every week. So you can go ahead and buy this one to start getting more and more. And that's a great way to do it if you're planning on getting all of this done and doing all of this. If you're just trying to get your access real quick, it's I think it's faster to actually run in and get that access taken care of versus doing all the advancements and the boons. But if you're trying to get it all, it's more economical to increase your weekly haul and just know that it's going to take you a little bit longer to get all of this stuff done, but not as long as if you had not done that at all. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. And to make this even more entertaining, it looks like she went to a different zone. Oh, man. Alright, so I guess we're going to try to travel over to her zone so we don't have to wait any longer. Alright, well, I got a little boost to get to the. Oh, what is this? The Camp Vengeance first. Hopefully, Raven, when she moves over, she can get here as well. You're starting to see some of the problems with this area is that with glitching, crashing, the constant mobs, constant fighting, people dying, and having to start all over can get a little upsetting at times. All you do is want to progress through the jungle, and you got to struggle with getting the stuff done. All right, looks like she made it over here. Awesome. So we finally got back together. Thank you guys for your patience. I really do appreciate it. Let's go ahead and finish our quest here. All right, so we are gonna just come out here and actually just go around the backside of what is it, Camp Vengeance here. Kill some of these undead so we can get up to our 30 count. We have one place we got to consecrate behind the camp here. But as you'll see, there's lots and lots of mobs. Now, so, like, these undead guys, they're like 20 feet away, and they're just looking at us. The dinos, man, they go a long ways out of their ways to give you a bad day. Alright, so I'm trying to drag all of this stuff because we're going to have to kill it. And there's some, what are they, the hunt mobs, these rotting ogres. They can give some trophies that we can use for the hunts later. Again, I don't think we're going to get to the hunts today, but thought I'd throw some of that info out there while we grind through these enemies. There's just so many of them. They did do a decent job of splitting about half of them with half that do damage and half that are mostly like controllers. So they just do stunning and make you fall in love with them or run away from them. I don't think you've seen those guys yet. But the anti-dancers blow your heart, make you your heart flutter and move towards them or run away from them. It's kind of funny. But, so there's more crowd control stuff than just straight up damage dealing, which is good, because otherwise it'd probably just splat most anybody that came out here. Almost through them. Careful chasing these mobs around, because they will just run into another camp, and then you'll just fight more. bunch of the mobs in this actually do a lot of running around, backing up, teleporting around. So you really got to be careful where you fight and how you fight. Otherwise, you might just end up fighting an entire area. All right, here's our last one. That got us all of our undead. We got a demi-lich spawn out of this one, so we'll have to kill it real quick before we finish it off. And that will finish Dead Reckoning for us. There it is. Finish it off. Boom. Okay, so that's the first kind of repeatable quest we'll do every day. That one itself isn't repeatable because it's not blue. You'll see you'll get a blue one later. But that is one of them. There's, 6 repeaters out of this area that we're going to go through. And there's 6 out of the city that you'll do as well. And then can kind of just cycle through them to your heart's content. But as soon as you reach your caps, which I'll show you here when we get there, the value of that grind goes down significantly. Alright, completed out here. We're getting some of our more totems, getting some riches.
May the blessing of Tor. When the undead overwhelmed Camp Righteous, we lost many good soldiers and barely escaped with our lives. Now we're running low on supplies and getting desperate. We sent some of our remaining Templars to Camp Righteous to recover some camp supplies, but they haven't returned. I fear that they have succumbed to sickness, injury, or worse. We could use your help. Head to Camp Righteous, east of Camp Vengeance, and recover some camp supplies. If you find any of our missing Templars there, please render them whatever aid you can.
Alright, so we'll grab this Fallen Templars quest. This will end up being another one of your daily quests. And as you start here, you're going to do them one at a time, which is kind of lame, but later you'll be able to pick them up 2 at a time, and when you can do that, you can kind of get quests in the same area. So this one is going to be straight across the zone, this area, and we can go and show you these Yuan-Ti that win over your heart. To crowd controllers, but you'll see you'll get the little hearts around your head. And here's some big claws. Let's take care of this. See if we can get a trophy out of these. Show you guys what a trophy looks like. And these guys throw a lot of red down. Just keep them all faced this way. Give them a chance to actually do some damage to them. There it is, Big Claw Pincher. There is a trophy right there. So this will be one of the things that we are going to use to turn in to get a lure for the bigger beasts that are out there. Alright, so there is one of the trophies. And we don't care about that. Oh, hold on a second, real quick. Alrighty, we got that trophy here. I think I'm gonna actually have to call it a real live break for a little bit. Got that trophy. We're coming up on another hour of streaming here, and maybe I'll just pick it up with the next section here. Take a little bit of break, give you guys a break, and then we'll get on with grinding through this stuff so we can get to our dailies. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, throw me a sub and keep an eye out. We'll try to get through the rest of these here in a little bit. All right, see you in a few. Bye.